I'm John McClain. He's Indy Kalu. Football's over. The highlight of the offseason, of course, is the draft. And I know I'm pumped about to go in the Indianapolis Scouting Combine. If I ever, as I do every year, you should kind of drop by.
You gonna take me?
I'll take you, sure. And,
okay.
and then, of course,
you
we
heard
have
it
the
here.
draft.
He's paying my way. He's
I
taking
didn't
me
say
to
I'm
Indianapolis.
paying your way. I said I'll take you. You fit in my suitcase. It's a big suitcase. Now, the draft is going to be in April, no matter if there is a lockout. The top pick, everybody says, is right here in Houston. He's a client of Brian Overstreet. You know who that guy is. Tell us about Nick Fairley from Auburn.
You know, Nick Fairley is a guy who could dominate at any defensive line position, and that's what makes him so valuable. He could play in a 4-3 system, a 3-4 system, whether it be the nose tackle, defensive tackle in a 3 technique, or as a defensive end. He's just athletic, big, strong, and he has a motor, and he's nasty. And that's what you want from your defensive lineman, especially young guys coming into the league. He could have an instant impact like Ndamukong Suh. I'm not going to say he's going to be the next Ndamukong Suh because he set the bar a little bit higher than I thought he would, talking about Ndamukong Suh. But this guy is somebody you should get excited about. They're talking about him going #1. The team that has the #1 pick is Carolina. They definitely need to get somebody on that defensive side of the ball that's going to be an impact player. And they've hired Ron Rivera, an ex-linebacker, ex-defensive coordinator. So you know his focus is going to be on defense.
Another thing about Nick Fairley, he's supposed to be nasty. They call him a dirty player in a championship game. I met him at the Super Bowl with Brian Overstreet, his agent. He had a great sense of humor. He was funny. And I said, we're going to get you on Sports Radio 610. He said, I'll be happy to do it. There's another player out there, LSU cornerback Patrick Peterson. This guy's 6'1", 222. Some people look at him and say, oh, he's going to have to play safety. There's not many corners that get picked that high. Charles Woodson was #4. I don't think Peterson will go #1, but he's going to go, I think, in the top 3, which is really unusual for a corner. And I know before we get to the Texans, another guy, Prince Amukamara, the corner from Nebraska, also good size. He's the 2nd-rated corner. Unfortunately for the Texans, there's going to be a run on defensive players at the top of the 1st round. Then when they get their pick, they're looking at all these offensive players and some defensive players. But what the Texans need, Indy, is in the rest of the evaluation process, a couple of quarterbacks to move up into the top area and knock a couple of those defensive guys down. Now, the Texans have the 11th pick. What do you think about the Texans right now looking ahead?
Well, right now, like I said earlier, they need to spend their first 4 picks on defensive players. I really think they need to rebuild that defense. That's the obvious statement of the year. But when you look at the Texans, I was really hoping that Von Miller will fall to #11. But with the Senior Bowl that he had and the eyes that he opened, I heard he was the star of the Senior Bowl during the week of practice. I don't think he'll be available at #11. But this offseason, this draft, the Texans need to be aggressive, whether that means trading up to get him or giving away some picks to get some free agent veterans that have proven they could do it in the NFL. They need to do something, and they can't go with the whole status quo of just keeping their picks.
When your jobs are on the line, it's time to trade up for an impact player. If Von Miller is the guy you have rated, Rick Smith and Gary Kubiak need to do that. They need a guy that's going to contribute and contribute well instantly to help those guys make sure they're coming back. Now, this is our last show on Radio Faces for a while. We're going to come back in April with a series of draft shows. We've enjoyed it. He's Indy Kalu. I'm John McClain. Barry Warner's been with us with his rants off and on. And we want to thank all of our crew for helping us make this show a success. Stay tuned for the draft in April. Thank you, everybody.
Thank y'all.